what Pradeep didn't read. He read far too much of my resume. What he didn't read is I'm also one of those people on his Rolodex, the moment that they have a new project in mind, they pick up the phone and give a call and say, we've got a wonderful idea, if you've got a little money to help us. And indeed, occasionally we've been able to say yes. And over the years, we've developed a wonderful relationship with the folks here at Nanotech. I think you saw some of it up there on the screen. We've strong supporters of their efforts successfully to secure federal funding for the solar research that's going on here. As Pradeep mentioned, we do fund one of our clean tech business incubators here at Nanotech. Most recently awarded, I think, another $1 billion to help them in developing their zero energy building, yet another facility that's going to be under construction here. It really is a magnificent facility. I think it far exceeds anybody's original imagination. I actually was working for Governor Cuomo back in the days when the state first seeded the initial ideas in the Nanotech College here, and I don't know anybody in those days except probably Elaine really thought what this was eventually going to become. And it's still continuing to grow. There are new ideas springing forth constantly, new buildings going up. The true measure of the importance of a facility such as this is not only they've been able to move one road already, they're in the process of redoing yet another road. So that is real power when you get spread into the transportation sector and get those folks there to do things a little bit differently. I'm not going to take much time here this morning. I do appreciate your inviting me back. I was able to participate in the last gathering 2 years ago in Schenectady at the Science Museum, and I got to confess that was probably the first time we ever heard what superconductivity was about. Now, I don't pretend, I wouldn't pretend to understand the science certainly the way you ladies and gentlemen here in the audience do. But I do understand and appreciate some of the economic development implications associated with the technology that you're working on. And that is terribly important to us here in New York State. This whole concept of innovation is central to the governor's overall economic development strategy here in New York State. And it covers such a wide area of opportunities, some of which, yet to remain to be defined. So I want to commend not only Pradeep, but the others who were responsible for organizing this, and especially for using your first day yesterday, the first day of the conference. I hope some of you had the opportunity to take advantage of the numerous tours that were scheduled, give you an opportunity to see some of the successful companies and institutions performing superconductive research, product development, and manufacturing for real-world applications. Now at NYSERD, as some of you may be more familiar with us than others, we focus on research, development, demonstration, and ultimately deployment. Seeing a technology-based innovation deployed into the marketplace is a goal I'm sure that we all share. Now we're very fortunate to have quite a concentration of superconductivity activity right here in the Albany area. You saw much of it right up there in the screen. Phillips and Latham, the GE Global Research Center in Niskayuna, Superpower in Schenectady, MTech in Ballston Spa, and right here at the College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering, as well as other areas of the state, such as Hybris down in Westchester County and our good friends at Brookhaven National Lab in Long Island. And we've done some amazing things working together with academia and our partners in the private sector to support the development and deployment of new and innovative energy technologies all across the state. Innovation is critical to growth, and innovation is essential if we are to create new opportunity here in New York State. We've been fortunate in New York to a large degree to escape some of the political partisanship that has characterized the public policy debates in Washington, that's what one wants to call them. Investing in innovation, new technologies, energy efficiency, renewable energy, that's never been a partisan political issue here in New York State. And both Republican and Democratic governors, Democratic and Republican legislators, we have continued to invest in innovation, in new technology, in efficiency and renewable energy. In New York, science is viewed as a tool for progress, not an obstacle to growth. Now, just last week, I had the opportunity to spend a few days in New York City at the Advanced Energy Conference. I hope some of you were able spend some time there as well. It was a fascinating gathering of 1,600 people over 2 days. Our keynote speaker the second day was Dr. Daniel Yergin, who I'm sure some of you recognize. Dr. Yergin was the founder and longtime principal in the Cambridge Energy Associates over in Massachusetts. He was the author of the prize as well as a number of other award-winning books. He gave a talk that's focused upon technology. And the way he did it, as he did with the prize, which was his book about the oil industry, is he focused upon individuals. I'm one of those, and I particularly talk to young people at schools, I like to talk about this. I'm one of those who still believes that individuals make a difference, even in this very complicated technology-based world in which we all live. Individuals who are prepared to take chances, individuals who are prepared to exert leadership, do indeed make a difference. And what Dr. Yergin was able to do is he was able to take the audience through a history going back 150, 200 years, citing individuals who had an idea, who were dedicated and focused, and in fact, viewed by some perhaps as a little screwy. But they remained committed to the idea, and they took that idea and they translated that idea into a product. And the key again was innovation. An individual, an idea married to technology, producing in the long run a public good. Now I also listened to Dan Gersten of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Dr. Harriet Kung of the U.S. Department of Energy talk about the need for improved efficiency on the electric grid, as well as strengthening the need to strengthen grid resiliency, robustness, and security. They cited a superconductor project with Con Ed, which you will hear more about in the final panel discussion today. I understand that Zach Wolf is here from Con Ed to talk about it. This project saw NYSERDA partnering with Con Ed, Department of Homeland Security, DOE, and American Superconductor, a Massachusetts company. Well, we welcome folks from abroad as well, as part of our Smart Grid program. Another theme at the Advanced Energy Conference was to improve the efficiency of our building stock and increase performance from renewable generation. Superconductors can play a major role in smart buildings and in wind turbine generators. We just saw that again on the film. And we are looking to you in industry to team up and use your powers of innovation to meet these challenges. At NYSERDA, we have a long history of partnering with a number of you, I might cite just one superpower on some very exciting projects. The Albany Superconducting Cable project comes to mind. This public-private partnership engaged NYSERDA with Superpower and its partners, including National Grid, Sumitomo Electric, Linde, and the U.S. Department of Energy in a demonstration project whereby Superpower installed and operated a 300-meter high-temperature superconducting underground cable in downtown Albany between two National Grid substations. The Albany high-temperature superconductor cable was commissioned in July of 2006, and it achieved flawless operation. And a 30-meter second-generation cable splice was successfully completed. Not only was this the first integration of HTS cable on a live power grid in the nation, it was also the world's first cable-to-cable joint in an HTS system, and the first disconnect and reconnect of HTS cables. A special note, the second generation HTS wire used in the 30-meter cable segment was fabricated with 2G HTS wire manufactured by Superpower right here in Schenectady. And that cable has been decommissioned, but the significant lessons learned from the project will certainly aid in moving the technology forward and its applications as well as our utilities become more comfortable with superconductors. Now, in addition to the cable project, NYSERDA has funded several Superpower HTS projects, including the design and operation of an HTS power transformer and the development of a new process for the manufacture of long-length second-generation coated conductor HTS wire. Now, I'm not going to steal the thunder from his presentation, but Scott Nickerson is here today from Applied Materials, and we're presently working on a partnership with Applied Materials on a project that came about of our recent Smart Grid PON to demonstrate a superconducting fault current limiter in central Hudson's territory. And the device will make use of Superpower's HTS wire. We are also presently providing funding at $250,000 a year over 5 years for the Brookhaven National Lab Energy Frontier Research Center. That's one of 5, I believe, we have here in New York State. Under the Energy Frontier Research Center, Brookhaven is working with Superpower to enhance the superconducting properties of their superconducting wire, as they also work to discover new high-temperature superconductors. In a particularly exciting project that NYSERDA is not involved with, I'm pleased to see Superpower is partnering as well with the Department of Energy under the OPERA-E program to further develop a superconductor energy storage device, a technology that is also of great interest to us under our Smart Grid program. Now, NYSERDA has some very exciting and valuable efforts through our Smart Grid program that dovetail very nicely with other efforts related to the Energy Highway Initiative, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. As you know, New York's power system relies heavily on central power generation plants, primarily powered by fossil fuels, nuclear, and hydroelectric sources. Power flows almost exclusively in one direction, from the power plant to the customer. Now, my colleague, Gary Brown, who chairs the State Public Service Commission and regulates utilities, likes to talk about the transmission system here in New York State, and he says, the good news is that New York State was first. And you've heard the stories about Thomas Edison, the Pearl Street Station, and the exposition in Buffalo, and running the wires from Niagara Falls to Buffalo. And all of that is wonderful. It's another one of these examples of New York being out there, the innovation. The bad news, as Gary relates it, is New York was first. Our grid is the oldest in the country. It is aging. 59% of the state's generating capacity and 84% of our transmission facilities were put in operation before 1980. And over 40% of the transmission lines will require replacement within the next 30 years at an estimated cost of $25 billion. Now, this need represents an opportunity to upgrade the transmission system to a distributed smart grid network. It is important to immediately invest in new construction, replacement, and upgrades to transition the grid to a flexible system that can incorporate and respond to future technologies in clean energy integration, and which minimizes the possibility of outages during major storms and events. An initiative that was well underway before the impacts of Superstorm Sandy last year was the governor's call to create an energy highway here in New York State. The governor to that end established an energy highway task force that was co-chaired by my colleagues Gil Quiones, who heads the New York Power Authority, as well as Jill Martans, who is the State Environmental Commissioner. And it also included Gary Brown, myself, and Ken Adams, who heads the governor's economic development operation. 5 different disciplines, all closely interrelated. The gathering of 5 of us is representative of what we see is the need and the relationship between investment in the electric grid and our future economic development. It also represents a recognition that there are opportunities here to take advantage of the latest innovation and to incorporate that in new investment in our electric grid and do it in a way that responds to our environmental imperatives, not least of which is the challenge of climate change. Now, this bold and visionary proposal for an energy highway promises to help provide reliable and economical power to New York's homes and businesses for the next century, while creating jobs, energizing private sector investment, and protecting the state's environment and the well-being of its citizens. The challenges associated with transforming our energy system to a more sustainable, low-carbon, locally based system are indeed formidable. The electric grid that we now have represents the largest industrial investment in the United States history. And changing this system, modernizing it, and moving to a more decentralized, less fossil fuel-driven system is a huge financial and societal lift. The initial blueprint for the energy highway was released by the task force last October. It was endorsed by the governor, and only last week the governor's office released an update that provides everyone a sense of where we are. We are moving forward rapidly in implementing that task force report. The New York Power Authority is already committed to investing hundreds of millions of dollars in this transmission system. The state's investor-owned utilities are accelerating their capital substantial investment in their transmission grid, while at the same time looking for new ways of incorporating new technology to that grid going forward to address some of the concerns that I've talked about here, some of the concerns that they have to live with on a day-to-day basis, some of the concerns that rose themselves to the level of crisis during the last two hurricanes and superstorms. Our present electric power industry system was also not designed to meet the increasing demands of a digital society, nor the expanded use of distributed renewable energy, or the attempts to lower economy-wide carbon intensity while incorporating electrified modes of transportation. These too are challenges confronting us. Now, NYSERDA, our Smart Grid program, includes issuing periodic competitive solicitations, what we call PONs, Program Opportunity Notices, that are focused on efficiency and hardening of the grid, including wide area situational awareness, transmission, distribution, automation, and management, grid-scale energy storage, advanced cable conductors, and distributed clean energy integration. One of our ultimate goals is to drive technology innovation. We do not pretend that we have the answers, but we do believe that many of you out there in the private sector do. And we will soon be releasing yet another program opportunity notice. This, I believe, will be our fifth under the Smart Grid program, that will be offering $20 million to support new smart grid projects. Now, this solicitation will seek to support projects that accelerate the development, testing, and adaptation of new and emerging technologies to promote the development of an electric grid that accommodates a diverse supply of generation resources, enhances overall grid performance, and enables customers to reduce cost, energy consumption, and environmental impact. We had hoped to have this solicitation out in the street before now. However, we've spent a little more time reflecting upon some of the lessons that we've learned from the Superstorm Sandy. We want to incorporate some of those ideas as well in this solicitation, not least of which is this whole concept of resiliency. Now, with your help, cooperation, perseverance, and ingenuity, I do believe that the future of our electric grid is bright. I wish you luck over the course of the day, and ask that you all consider the great opportunity before you in incorporating your knowledge, your technology into the grid, into the renewable generation, into our buildings, and into the products that we use. Exchange your innovative ideas. I mean, Pradeep is absolutely right when he talked about the model, the need to work more horizontally than we have historically vertically, and take advantages of each other's strengths. Working together, we can do so much more than by ourselves. So if we are to succeed, which we must, it will be together, in partnership, government, academia, and the private sector, seeking to break new frontiers of science, once again, together, promoting new opportunities for economic growth and individual dignity, again, together. And that is our greatest challenge as both a society and as individuals, and certainly as a government. So I thank all of you for being here today. More importantly, I thank all of you for getting up early and listening to me speak this morning. And I wish you all success. Colleagues of mine from NYSERDA will be here today. I hope that you take the time to speak with them about what you're up to, what we're up to, and see if in the course of that we can find an opportunity for some new marriages, new opportunities to work together to create a better society and opportunity for you and so many others. Thank you all very much.